Hello and welcome to another vlog of ours. Pastor Eddie here.
Pastor Bola here. I'm super excited about today's topic.
Nice one. Now, today's topic we are talking about discovering and maximizing your talent. I mean, I think there are talent, gifts, and abilities. Every man and every woman has talent, gift, and ability. But I think that the most frustrating thing in life is trying to focus on your weakness as opposed to trying to focus on your strength.
Yeah.
It's trying to, sometimes we waste a great deal of time trying to focus on areas that are not in alignment or that we are not just graced at. In other words, trying to improve on our weaknesses as opposed to trying to build on the things that we are naturally gifted at. So in today's episode, we are going to be looking at least 5 ways you can easily identify and harness your talent.
Yeah. I think the problem is that a lot of us grew up wanting to develop the area of our weaknesses rather than wanting to improve the area of our strength. And you know, one good thing about natural talents and abilities, every one of us got them. You just need to discover which one yours is so you can play in the area of your strength. So
yes. I always say that you don't need to motivate a fish to swim.
No, not a bird to fly.
Not a bird to fly.
It's natural.
Right? Will it not be nice if you focus on the area of your grace, your anointing, and your talent? All right, and then maximize it as opposed to spend your entire life trying to build on trying to improve. And don't get me wrong, I'm one for improving your weaknesses, but we're talking about default settings here. So where do we get started from? I think I'm a fan. We trained as an accountant, and one of the things they train you on as an accountant is stocks and inventory and the impact it has on profitability. So right off, I would say make a list. Take inventory of your talent. Make a list of the areas where you think you are naturally gifted.
Yeah.
All right.
Where it doesn't take a lot of effort to do some things. There are so many of us that find ourselves in areas where it just takes a lot of effort to push so much effort into things, but that's not what we're looking at now. What do you naturally love to do? Write them down. It doesn't matter how many there are. It could be 10, it could be 10,000, it could be 1,000. Just keep writing them down. Oh, I love talking. Oh, it's nothing, but it's something. So just write it down. Right. Take an inventory of all the things that you are naturally good at, because in there somewhere lies that thing that will be in congruence with your talents and your abilities and your skills, which you're going to talk about later.
Now, mind you, we are saying naturally, okay? So this is like your default setting. It comes to you without having to think about it. You do it effortlessly, you know? Now, the funny thing about focusing on natural talent is that you may not even know that you are good at it.
In fact, other people will say you're so good at it. You say, no, that's nothing.
Exactly.
It's no big deal.
So I would say be careful about the things in your life that you tend to commonize. Be careful about the things be careful about the things in your life that you tend to commonize, but that people pay you compliments for.
Yeah, very, very true. That is a real key there. So take note of that. Another way that you could potentially discover your natural talents or what you're really, really good at. You think about what you've always loved as a child. You know, we always say something that when it comes to being a child, there is no bills to pay, nothing that is standing in the way of your thinking and your imagination. What have you always been good at as a child? What have people said you're good at as a child? You know, be it in your creativity or the way you talk or the way you do things. When there are no challenges, when there are no boundaries, when there are no nothing stopping you, what exactly have you been told you're good at doing?
Yeah, so in other words, tap into your inner child. Yeah, you've got to tap into your inner child. The thing about kids is that kids do not understand impossibility. They don't understand limitation or impossibility. And so a kid they're free. All right, so it's very interesting that in scriptures, the Bible likens us to children, isn't it? So why? Because they are free. They are not on. They don't assume. They just they just go for things. All right. So you may want to tap into your inner child. What is it in your childhood that people really say that you are good at? Or, you know, you may want to talk to your mom.
It's a good thing. Yeah, true.
I remember I had this conversation with my dad one time, and I told my dad that, I said, Dad, I said, two things my dad told me about myself that I really find very interesting. I was asking him about my childhood, and I said, Dad, what did people say about me when I was growing? And he said something. He said when I was growing, when I was a baby, when I was like 2 or 3 years old, he said I just talked so much. He said I just talked. I just talked. And he said, and I also said. He said I was so outgoing that they had to tie a bell to my ankles because to my ankle because I just talked and I just connected. And he said people tend to gather around me when I was a kid. You know, and it's very interesting. Today I'm a pastor. So you may want to dig into your inner child, talk to your parents if you have, talk to a great uncle and say, hey, tell me about me when I was 2 years old, when I was 3 years old.
Yeah, I was just in line with what you were saying about you and Dad. Recently, a gentleman was being talked about, and the sibling of this gentleman was mentioning the fact that as a kid, he would put his toys together and start preaching to the toys. He would have a toy, church members and so on and so forth. Today is a pastor and he can preach a storm. So the question is, what have you been told you're good at as a child? Is it taking care of things, looking after things? Is it talking? Is it listening? Is it drawing? Could you draw anything on any wall in the house that everybody used to tell you off about? Take a note
Baby
of that.
Picasso. All right, now another one is what gets you angry? Yeah, remember Moses? What makes you angry? You know? Yeah. I remember the Incredible Hulk. Yeah. Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry.
I knew that was coming out.
So what makes you angry? What gets you angry? What is it that really irritates you?
Yeah.
All right. What is it that you really want to
do something about? Yeah, do something about.
Yeah, so that is also
an indication.
I spoke with someone yesterday, and then she said when she was a teenager, somebody told her that one of her cousins or a younger person told her about certain things going on in her school. And then she said she actually wrote a letter to the commissioner for education in her state, and that they read the letter and then they acted upon it. So when I told her, I said, wow, I said, God has called you to social justice. But I think her response was what shocked me. Say, no, I don't think that. It's very interesting how we tend to commonize certain things. So what is it that gets you angry, right? There may be something there. In there, yeah. Moses was very, the whole idea of social injustice was a big thing for Moses. For him, and guess what? And that was what God used to lead the whole people out of bondage, out of slavery into their promised land. Yeah. So what gets you angry? Yeah.
You have to look into it, dig into it. Don't let it go, because many of us think, oh, it's just one of those things. It's just what people say. It's just what I read. It's more than that. For some people, they get angry and they forget about it. But you can't forget about it and move forward. Ask yourself, explore what it is about that thing and which aspects you really actually enjoy. Is it the arguing for? Or is it the researching into? Or is it the talking about? Or is it, because eventually you still talk about how to maximize, which is doing something about it, but find out firstly what you are meant to be doing. Another thing is, what do you do that you lose track of time? What do you do that? Do you know what? There's just never enough time to do it. You know, when you're doing something that is not natural to you, you'll just be clock watching. If you have ever worked in an organization or in a position that is just not you, you'll just be clock watching. Every minute you're checking and thinking, what? We haven't done 5 minutes? But there is something, or there are some things you do that you actually lose track of time. Yep. You don't even know you spend an hour doing them or even more. What are those things?
Yes, absolutely. Because those things, the things you do that makes time fly by, gives you is an indication. It's an indication of an area of talent. It means that you enjoy it. You can build on it, and you can build on it and do something great with it. All right. Why? Because time itself. It's talent. It's investment of time. Investment. And so for you to spend time doing that thing and time just goes. It's an indication that is a good indicator of what your natural talent and ability is. Yeah. And then also, what is the thing that you do that you get the most thank you for?
That's a
what is it that
big
you
one.
do that you get the most thank you for? That's also one area you want to just look back and take a stock of. Well, every time I do this thing, I get a lot of thank you from it. So hint.
You know the thank yous. Interestingly, about the thank yous, there are also things that even if nobody thanks you, you keep doing them. So that they thank you is just okay. Yeah, it's good. But even if they didn't thank you, you will be doing this. So what is it that people tend to thank you for? Look at it. Look closely at it, because in there could lie your natural talent.
Or what is it that you can do free of charge without being paid for it? All right. Now, we're going to close with this, and this is just a word of advice. Sometimes, or for a lot of people, they have missed their burning bush experience. And all of the things that we've described today it's your burning bush. That are things that probably God has been using to get your attention. All right. So I want you to take this vlog as your burning bush experience, because we have come to remind you. Secondly, when most people experience their burning bush, right, they tend to want to outsource it.
Be careful of outsourcing.
Like someone I spoke to just the other day, and I said, you have been called to social justice, and then she went, oh yes, pastor, I want you to do this. I said, man, I'm thinking, why do you want me to do it?
It's the case of here I am. Use Aaron.
Yes, and Aaron. And I thought, well, I just told you that this is God has called it to social justice, and then you are flipping it around to ask me to do what I said God has called it to do. So do not outsource your burning bush experience. Do not outsource your burning bush experience. Again, you saw it with Moses as well. And they do not make excuses for it.
No, please.
All right. So you can think, well, oh yeah, I'm not good enough. Oh, the time is not right. All right. Hey, the God that has given you the talent has already gone ahead of you.
Yes.
So do not miss your opportunity.
Don't miss your boat.
Yeah,
please don't miss your boat. You know what? Knowing your talent is one thing. Understanding what to do with it, to be known for it, is another thing. Everyone you will ever celebrate in life, they are working on their talent, they are working on their skills or their strength, and everybody's celebrating them because they are great at what they do. So in the next episode, we're going to be telling you how to maximize this talent when you've discovered it. So don't miss the next episode.
Yeah, don't miss our part 2 on this subject matter. So you have a great day, and God bless, and share this piece of information. Let's be a blessing to the world. All right. Thank you.